Hello, BookTube, and welcome back. If you've ever watched any of my previous videos, you know I had a quite heavy non-fiction month in September. Pretty serious non-fiction. So for this month, I thought I want lighter bites, something quick, something nonsensical, something humorous, not deep and heavy. So I can't remember who recommended this book. I think it was Louis Theroux. He didn't recommend it to me personally. I saw it somewhere. Louis Theroux is a famous documentary person in the UK. I think he's famous in the United States as well. But I saw this book and that was me instantly pulled in then. This is by Dan Schreiber. This is The Theory of Everything Else. I can never remember subtitles. A Voyage into the World of the Weird. You know what that means, folks? Oh, yes. Yes, this is a voyage into the weird. Yes, I'm obsessed with stuff like this, like Bigfoot. Yeah, so if you have you ever been abducted by aliens? Have you ever had a conversation with Bigfoot? Have you ever woken up with a ghost in your bed? This book is for you. I don't believe in any of this stuff. I think it's all weird, but I'm fascinated by it. It does pull me in. I'm pretty sure you might be the same. Conspiracies, cryptids, they're pulled in dead easily. And this book is, not only is it some stuff that I've never heard of before in this, the weird world of conspiracies, but Dan Schreiber he delivers it in a very comedic way. This is a non-serious book, people. So I know he talks about the reptilian elite in this book, and I know that the foundations of that conspiracy is rife with anti-Semitism, but this is not that kind of book. It doesn't take itself seriously at all. This is a very light-hearted approach at looking at some of the weird stuff that's happened. Because he talks about strange coincidences. Really, he uses the word batshit all the time, but he uses it in a very loving kind of UK kind of a way. That's batshit. It doesn't mean to be mean in any way, shape, or form. But oh my, this is so much. This is funny. This is a deep look at the very strange. It's very curious. It's well researched. So some of the stuff that he talks about is the guy who invented PCR. I can't remember what is actually polymerase chain reaction. I believe that's what it stands for. So it's DNA. When you might watch like case files on CSI, and you see the scientist and you see all the bands of the DNA going up. That's PCR. But the guy who invented that, not only did he have weird beliefs, and the people he worked with was like, oh, he's a weird person. He fully believed that he had a conversation with a glowing, talking raccoon. So it might be an extraterrestrial raccoon. We don't know. What did it talk about? We don't know. Other stuff, I can't remember the name. I think her name was Rebecca. And she became really successful. She was a piano person, very much like a orchestral. But she did seances and stuff like that, and she believed past composers who have died were giving her messages from from the great beyond of how to write various new stuff. And she very much said, this is the help of Bach or Mozart or Beethoven or Leipzig, and they helped me write all these different melodies. And she became very famous. People bought, I think an album was called Seance of something or something. And people just went out and bought it in the 60s. Go, oh yeah, this is good. This, What of it? Just talks about how time travelers might have sunk the Titanic. All these people. Imagine that time travel comes a thing. Or the tourism of everything from the past. How many people would go back in time and watch the Titanic sink, or thus making the Titanic sink? And one of the things it talks about Dr. Dolittle stuff of how there's a proper scientific project of how to talk Dolphinese. I'm not going to spoil the one of the woman's ways she was trying to help the dolphin talk English people. It was very, oh, no, this woman, I don't think she's right. No, what's the other stuff? Because there's a lot of really weird stuff in here. You know, do ghosts fly business class? There's should plants be investigated by the police? Because apparently this is again funded. That if plants saw something traumatic, like a murder or something like that, that you know, they can be used as a witness. You know, so you know, if you're a murderer out there, you know, make sure you also kill off all the plants in the room too. But all this stuff, it's again, this is very light-hearted stuff, people. There's just nothing serious in here. It's very, very well written. It's funny, and there's some stuff in here what you're like, okay, that's quite funny. It's I like that. But he discusses so many different things. The exorcism of Ringo Starr. You know, I can't remember. I think it was his aunt who was, because he was left-handed, she was trying to exorcise the demons out of him because left-handed people were not right. Oh, and probably the coincidence is to Yo-Yo, who was a kind of Chinese medic. Can't remember if she was a practicing clinician or anything like that, but the Chinese Communist Party at the time made her go out there and try and discover a cure for malaria. And just, oh my god, there's so many coincidences in this story. I mean, her name to Yo-Yo, part of it was after her dad had read this book about a deer eating a weed. Out of all the thousands of weeds, you know, she finds the cure for malaria is this weed that her dad accidentally called her. It's coincidences, folks. Okay, the deer was eating this weed, and the deer was eating the weed. I get no, it's this hat. It's the hat. The deer that her father, the chewing noise that the deer made while eating this weed, that's what she was named after. And the weed in question, which her dad didn't know, was the cure for malaria. I think it was called Guziang or something like that. But weirdly enough, in the West, that weed was called like Artemis or something like that, which is named after the Greek god Artemis, who's always seen with a deer. You know, it's full of that kind of weird coincidental stuff. You know, it is great stuff. And go and pick if you're in for something silly and stupid, go and pick up this. You'll laugh the way through it and go, how do people believe in that kind of thing? So that's it. That's my kind of rambling, conspiratorial, tin hats, dictator stuff. And yeah, so I've got a few more books like that because I'm very much in a silly mood. I'm in a very much silly reading mood at the moment, which is odd because I'm currently reading Sharp. Anyway, I'm waffling. I'll see you soon. See you later, BookTube.